Police dog jumps on pregnant woman. What they pulled out of her body shocked the airport. The airport was alive with noise until one bark stopped everything. People screamed when the dog leapt on the pregnant woman. They thought he was attacking, but Rex wasn't biting. He was warning. And when they opened that fake belly, the truth burned through the air. Not a child, not a lie, but poison meant to kill her first. She didn't choose this. They made her do it. And because one dog trusted his instincts, the world saw what she never could say. That she was a victim, not a villain. Rex didn't just find the drugs. He found the truth. Welcome to Mellow Stories. Before we continue, please like and subscribe. The terminal was loud with rolling suitcases, boarding calls, and the echo of people chasing time. Under the glow of Gate B-23, a young woman in a bright blue dress stood alone by the glass wall, one hand on her stomach. Her breathing was uneven. Every few seconds, she wiped the sweat from her forehead, scanning the hall like she was expecting someone, or escaping someone. Her name was Elena Vargas, 27, passport from Bogota. To anyone watching, she looked like a tired, heavily pregnant traveler. But to her, every second felt borrowed. The baby under her dress wasn't kicking. It couldn't. It wasn't real. Far down the corridor, 3 airport police officers walked with their German Shepherd, Rex, on a leash. The dog's fur shimmered under the fluorescent lights, tan and black, muscles tight, nose twitching. Officer Miller, the handler, sipped from his coffee cup. "He's been restless since morning," he said. "Smelled something on the first floor, but the system cleared it." "Probably just another passenger with bad perfume," joked Officer Carter. But then Rex froze. His ears pricked forward, his nose lifted high. His low growl rolled through the corridor like thunder. Miller looked down, frowning. "What is it, boy?" Rex yanked forward so hard the leash burned Miller's palm. He barked once, then again, louder. Passengers turned. The dog's eyes locked on Elena. "Hey, Miller, control him!" shouted Carter as Rex lunged free. Elena gasped, stepping back against the glass. Her handbag fell open, papers spilling out. The dog charged straight toward her. People screamed. "He's attacking her!" someone shouted. Phones came out, recording. Elena raised her hands. "Please, please don't let him bite me. I didn't do anything." But Rex didn't bite. He stopped inches away and pressed both paws on her stomach, sniffing frantically, barking sharp bursts toward the officers. His tail was rigid, every muscle alert. Miller and the others sprinted up, shouting commands. "Rex, heel. Down." The dog didn't obey. He barked again, nose pressed to her belly. His claws scratched lightly against the fabric. The bright blue stretched tight under his paws. The woman froze, tears flooding her eyes. "Please, I'm pregnant." "Ma'am, stay still," Miller yelled, grabbing Rex's collar. But the dog twisted back, barking even harder. The crowd circled, whispering, filming. "That dog's crazy," someone muttered. Another voice, "He's a K9. He must have smelled something." Elena's lips trembled. "I swear I didn't do anything wrong," she said, voice cracking. "Please, I just need to catch my flight. My brother, he's sick. I need to." But her words broke into sobs. Miller's gaze shifted from her face to her stomach. Something wasn't right. The shape was too smooth, too still. No natural curve or movement. And Rex wouldn't stop barking. "Carter, get med support now. She might be hiding something." Elena shook her head wildly. "No, I swear it's not." But her sentence died when one of the officers gently placed a hand on her arm. "Ma'am, please step aside. We need to make sure you're okay." "I'm okay, it's just, please, I can't." Her knees buckled. Miller caught her before she hit the floor. Her pulse raced like thunder against his wrist. They led her into a private security room near customs. Rex followed, still restless, eyes locked on her midsection. Miller knelt beside him, whispering, "Easy, boy. We'll check. Elena sat on the metal chair, clutching her stomach. You don't understand, she whispered. They told me it was safe. They said it was only medicine. Who told you? Miller asked quietly. She looked away. If I talk, they'll kill my family. Miller exchanged a look with Carter. You mean someone made you carry something? Her eyes brimmed. I didn't have a choice. My brother needs surgery. They said I could earn enough to save him. She broke down, covering her face. Please don't take it from me. I didn't know it was dangerous. Rex gave a low whine, pressing his nose to her lap. For a moment, the room fell silent except for her sobs. Miller crouched in front of her. Elena, if there's something hidden under that belly, we need to know. If it's what I think it is, it could hurt you. Elena shook her head, trembling. It's not supposed to hurt me. Miller frowned. Then what is it? Her lips quivered. She didn't answer. Medical staff entered with a scanner. As they hovered it near her abdomen, the screen flickered. There was a distorted mass, metallic signatures, mixed densities, something leaking. Miller's pulse spiked. Wait, is that? Before anyone could finish, Elena screamed in pain, clutching her stomach. It's burning. Oh God, it's burning. The officers stepped back, stunned. Rex barked again, loud, almost panicked. The machine beeped erratically, picking up irregular chemical heat and fluid patterns. Miller turned pale. Call the hazmat team now. Elena gasped, tears streaming. They said it was sealed. They said it wouldn't open. She collapsed forward, smoke rising faintly where the belly strap met her skin, chemical fumes leaking through the silicone. The officers rushed for masks and gloves as Rex howled, an eerie, instinctive sound that cut through the sterile silence. Back! Back! Shouted the medic. Miller dragged Elena's chair away while Rex barked and pulled toward the smoke, tail rigid. The woman's skin was blotched red where the straps had melted. She kept repeating one broken line. I didn't know. They said it was safe. The cut belly hit the floor with a dull slap. Inside were dozens of thin packets, some ruptured, leaking a milky, corrosive fluid. The scanner beeped red. Synthetic narcotics mixed with liquid fentanyl. One breath could have killed half the room. Miller's jaw tightened. Jesus! If Rex hadn't smelled this. Carter nodded. We'd be loading a corpse onto Flight 107. Elena trembled. They told me it was just medicine for pain clinics. I thought I was helping. Her voice cracked, Spanish accent heavy, eyes wide with terror. I swear I didn't want to hurt anyone. Miller crouched beside her. Who gave it to you? She swallowed hard. 2 men. Airport hotel. They showed me photos of my brother. He's 12. In the hospital. They said if I refused, he wouldn't make it. Her lip shook. They promised money for his operation. I was stupid. Rex pressed his head against her knee, a low whine rumbling in his chest. She reached down weakly and stroked his ear. He's the only one who believed me, she whispered. The medic approached. She's lucky. The chemical burned through the outer lining, but didn't reach her bloodstream. We need to decontaminate now. Outside, sirens wailed as hazmat units sealed off Gate B23. The videos had already gone viral. Police dog attacks pregnant woman. But the real footage now showed something else. The dog saving her life. As the hazmat team rushed in, passengers were being moved away from the terminal. People whispered, some still shaken, others replaying the event on their phones. Many of them had recorded the exact moment Rex leaped on Elena, and now those same videos were showing how he protected her from a deadly chemical that could have killed her within minutes. Airport staff brought masks for Miller, Carter, and the medics, who were working fast to clean the room. The smell was sharp and metallic, like burnt plastic mixed with something sour. Even through the masks, the fumes stung their noses. Elena was shaking uncontrollably, her breathing fast and shallow. Her skin was red from the burning straps, and tears kept rolling down her cheeks. "I didn't know," she whispered again and again. "They told me it was safe. They told me it wouldn't open." Her voice sounded small and tired, like someone who had been carrying fear for too long. Miller stood beside her, unsure whether to comfort her or to keep questioning. But Rex didn't hesitate. He stayed close, his warm fur brushing against her leg as he sat by her side. It was strange how a dog could see what humans couldn't. Rex didn't care about rules, appearances, or lies. He reacted to danger, to fear, to the strange chemical smell leaking from her fake belly. He didn't see a criminal. He saw a woman in trouble. The medic wiped Elena's forehead gently. "Stay with us, okay? The burning will pass once we clean the chemical. You need fresh air." Elena nodded weakly, gripping the edge of the chair. Am I going to be arrested?" she whispered. Miller paused for a moment. "Right now, the most important thing is keeping you alive." He didn't answer the question directly, but Elena understood. Her shoulders slumped. She had stepped into the airport hoping to save her brother's life, but now she wasn't sure if she would even make it out of the building. The hazmat team quickly collected the broken packets from the floor. Each packet was so dangerous that even a small tear could release lethal fumes. They placed them into sealed containers with robotic tools. No one touched anything with their hands. One of the hazmat officers turned to Miller and said, "If your dog didn't react when he did, she wouldn't be here right now. That stuff can go straight through skin. It's miracle-level timing." Miller looked at Rex with pride. "He's been restless since morning. I should have known he was trying to warn us." Rex wagged his tail once, as if understanding he was being praised. The scene around them felt unreal. Bright lights, alarms, agents in full protective suits, doctors rushing with medical kits. And in the center of all of it, a frightened young woman whose life had been hanging by a thread. After 30 minutes of treatment, the burns on Elena's skin started calming. The fumes were gone, and the room was safe again. Elena's dress had been removed because the chemical soaked into it. She was given a hospital gown and a blanket. She looked small and lost, but alive. They moved her to a detention ward for observation. She was sitting on a small bed wrapped in the gray blanket, her hands trembling. A buzzing sound came from outside. Reporters were already gathering near the building, waiting for information. Carter closed the door behind him. "It's a circus out there," he said. "Everyone wants to know why Rex jumped on a pregnant woman." Miller sighed. "We'll have to release a statement soon. But we need the truth first." He sat down in front of Elena. She avoided his eyes. "Elena," he said gently, "we need to understand everything. You said they forced you. Who are they?" She pulled the blanket tighter around her shoulders. "I don't know their names. They never told me. They said I didn't need to know." "What did they look like?" "They were, maybe in their 30s. They spoke Spanish, but their accents were not from Colombia. Maybe Mexico. Maybe somewhere else. I don't know." She wiped her tears with the back of her hand. "They said they work for a medicine distributor. They said I just needed to travel with the belly, and someone would collect it at the next airport. They promised to pay for my brother's surgery." "And you believed them?" Carter asked, not unkindly. Elena nodded. "I was desperate. Mateo, he's just a child. He has a heart problem. My mother is gone. I'm the only one he has." Her voice broke again. Miller leaned forward. "Did they threaten you?" She hesitated. "At first, no. They acted like they were helping me. But when I tried to change my mind, they showed me pictures of my brother at the hospital. They knew where he was, who his doctor was, everything. They said if I didn't listen, they would make sure he doesn't last the week." A sharp pain flickered across her face. Emotion, not physical. Miller looked at Carter. It was no longer a simple smuggling case. It was human trafficking, coercion, and criminal exploitation of someone who had no choice. Rex lifted his head and rested it on Elena's leg again, offering comfort in the way only an animal can. Elena placed her hand gently on his head, stroking the soft fur behind his ear. "You're the only one who saw me," she whispered to the dog. "Everyone else thought I was wrong. But you knew I was in danger." Rex closed his eyes, leaning into her touch. Hours passed. Elena was taken for more medical checks, blood tests, and interviews. But through all of it, Rex stayed close, watching her, following her, making soft whining sounds whenever she started crying. Toward evening, the officers brought her a sandwich and warm tea. She hadn't eaten since morning, but she struggled to touch the food at first. Her hands were shaking. Her mind was far away, still trapped in fear. Miller sat beside her. "Eat something, Elena. You need strength. You made it through the hardest part." She nodded but didn't move. After a few more minutes, she finally took a small bite. The warm bread helped calm her breathing. Her shoulders relaxed slowly. "Thank you," she said softly. "I know I did something wrong, but I didn't want to hurt anyone." "We know," Miller replied. "That's why we're here." Later that night, Miller returned with a folder in his hands: security footage, hotel logs, and airport camera captures. Rex followed behind him, tail slowly wagging. "They found them," Miller said quietly. Elena looked up sharply. "Who?" "The men from the hotel. Our team traced the booking through security footage. They were still here trying to catch the late flight to Lisbon." He slid a photo across the table. Two men in black jackets, handcuffed, faces down. "They're going away for a long time." Elena stared at the photo, her eyes filling again. She covered her mouth with her hand. "So, it's over for me?" "Not yet," Miller admitted. "You still crossed the line. But the court will see what really happened." He hesitated, then added softly, "And your brother?" "He's going to be fine." Her head snapped up. "What?" Miller opened the folder and handed her a new document. The department set up a fund. Some officers donated. Even the airline CEO called after seeing the footage. They covered his surgery this morning. The paper in Elena's hand blurred with her tears. She pressed it to her chest, crying quietly. "I thought saving him would cost my life," she whispered. "It almost did," Miller said. But Rex had other plans. Rex lifted his head at the sound of his name, ears perked. Elena gently leaned forward and kissed the top of his head. "Gracias, mi ángel," she whispered. 2 weeks later, the courtroom was packed with reporters. Elena, now thinner, wore a plain beige jumpsuit. She didn't look guilty, just tired. The judge read the file, then raised his gaze. "You were coerced," he said. "You risked your life, and this animal saved it. The court recommends leniency. Time served, then deportation." She nodded, tears falling. "Thank you." The sound of the gavel echoed through the courtroom. Reporters immediately rushed forward as security walked Elena toward a side exit. She kept her head down, not out of shame but relief. She wasn't going to prison for years. She would go home. She would see Mateo again. Outside the courthouse, cameras flashed like lightning. Miller knelt beside Rex for the cameras. The K9 wore a new silver tag. "Rex, hero of Gate B23. Reporters asked what made him run toward her that day. Miller answered simply, "He didn't smell guilt. He smelled danger." Rex barked once, as if agreeing. People clapped. Some reached out to pat Rex, though Miller held him gently back, reminding them he was still a working dog. But even working dogs know love, and Rex felt it in every voice, every smile, every flash of the camera. Elena was taken directly to immigration custody. The officers there were kinder than she expected. They didn't speak harshly. They didn't treat her like a criminal. They treated her like a survivor. While waiting for her deportation papers, a young female officer brought her clean clothes, a hot meal, and even a small bag of toiletries. "You've been through a lot," the officer said softly. "You deserve some comfort." "Thank you," Elena replied, touched in a way she couldn't describe. That night, alone in the small detention room, she couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the straps burning into her skin, the smoke rising from the fake belly, Rex leaping on her like a guardian angel disguised as a dog. She replayed the moment she first stepped into the airport, how her heart felt heavy but hopeful. She didn't know death was strapped to her stomach. She only knew she had to save Mateo. She never imagined someone else, a stranger, a dog, would end up saving her. The next morning, a counselor visited her. "Elena," he said gently, "the Colombian embassy has arranged your return flight. And we received a message for you." "A message?" she repeated. "Yes. From Officer Miller." Her heart skipped. The counselor handed her a small envelope. She opened it with trembling fingers. Inside was a printed photo of Rex wearing his new tag, sitting proudly with Miller beside him. On the back, handwritten in simple ink, were the words, "You are stronger than you think. Take care of your brother, Miller and Rex." Tears flowed instantly. She pressed the photo against her heart. "I will," she whispered. "I promise." The flight home was quiet and emotional. Elena stared out the window at the clouds, knowing she was leaving behind the darkest chapter of her life, but also one of the brightest moments of hope. She was alive. Mateo would live. And someone in another country cared enough to help. When the plane landed in Bogota, the warm air wrapped around her like a blanket. The sky was golden, the mountains familiar, and for the first time in weeks, she felt safe. A volunteer from the embassy helped her with transportation to the hospital. As they drove through the busy streets, Elena looked out the window and watched people going about their daily lives. Vendors selling fruit, children playing, buses rushing past. Life was moving forward, and she was finally part of it again. When they reached the hospital, Elena's hands shook on the door handle. She walked inside slowly, her heart beat fast with emotion. Down a quiet hallway, she saw him. Mateo. Her 12-year-old brother sat on a bed, coloring with markers. His face looked brighter, filled with life. The surgery had given him a future. When he looked up and saw her, his eyes widened. "Sister!" he shouted, dropping his markers. "You came back." Elena ran to him and hugged him tightly, her tears falling on his hair. "I'm here, Mateo. I'm here," she whispered. He pulled back and showed her his drawing. It was a picture of a dog, a German shepherd with a shiny tag. "Look," he said proudly. "It's Rex, the hero dog. Mama's friend at the hospital showed me the news." Elena broke into a soft laugh and wiped her tears. "He saved both of us, Mateo." Mateo hugged her again. "I knew you would come back." For the next few days, Elena stayed by Mateo's side. She helped him eat, held him when he slept, and told him simple parts of the story, leaving out the painful details. All he needed to know was that she had never stopped fighting for him. One afternoon, as Mateo slept, a nurse approached Elena. "You know," the nurse said kindly, "many people saw your story. They are calling you brave." Elena shook her head gently. "I was not brave. I was desperate." "Sometimes," the nurse replied, smiling softly, "desperation becomes courage." Those words stayed with Elena long after the nurse walked away. Outside the hospital, news reporters continued to cover the story of Rex and the airport incident. Many countries were now talking about drug trafficking and how criminal groups used innocent people as carriers. The airport released official footage showing Rex reacting to the chemical leak. People saw the truth. Elena was not a villain. She was a young woman trying to save her family, manipulated by dangerous people. In one news segment, Miller said, "We don't just train dogs to find drugs. We train them to trust their instincts." Rex trusted his instinct that day, and it saved a life. Rex sat beside him, alert and proud. Meanwhile, back on the other side of the ocean, life at the airport returned to normal, almost. Travelers still passed through Gate B23, but they often slowed down to look at the small metal plaque fixed to the wall. In honor of Rex, the K9 who saved a life and uncovered the truth. People would smile, take pictures, or pat the air in front of the plaque as if greeting the hero dog. Rex continued his training every day. Miller often threw a tennis ball across the training yard, and Rex would dash after it with full speed, catching it midair. He never slowed down. He was always ready for the next call. Sometimes, during quiet evenings, Miller would sit beside Rex and talk to him as if speaking to a friend. "You don't know it," Miller would say, scratching behind the dog's ears, "but you changed someone's whole world." Rex would look at him with those wise eyes, tail thumping. Months passed. Elena worked hard to rebuild her life. She found a small job at a bakery nearby, and every morning she walked Mateo to his school before starting her shift. The smell of warm bread and fresh pastries became part of her daily routine. People in her hometown recognized her from the news, but instead of judging her, they treated her kindly. One day, as she was cleaning a table at the bakery, her co-worker ran in holding a newspaper. "Elena, look." She handed her the paper. On the front page was a large picture of Rex receiving a medal from the mayor. His handler stood proudly beside him. The headline read, "Police Dog Uncovers Toxic Drug Ring at Airport. Saves Woman Used as Human Carrier." The article spoke of how the case helped expose a larger criminal group operating across several countries. It mentioned Elena's courage in helping the investigation despite her fear. It also explained how donations from around the world supported Mateo's medical care. Elena folded the paper gently, placed it inside her bag, and whispered, "Thank you, Rex. You saved me when I couldn't save myself." That night, she sat near the window of her small home. The stars were dim, but she looked up at them anyway. "You were right, boy," she whispered. "It wasn't my fault." Somewhere far away, at the Canine Training Center, Miller clipped a medal to Rex's collar and threw his partner a tennis ball. The dog caught it midair, tail thumping against the floor, ready for whatever came next. The world kept moving, but the story of that day, of a frightened woman, a dangerous secret, and a dog who refused to stay still, remained alive in the hearts of everyone who heard it. And for Elena, every time she saw her brother smile, she remembered one simple truth. A single act of instinct, a single moment of courage, can change a whole life. Lesson of the story. Sometimes people make desperate choices not because they are bad, but because they are in pain. Compassion can save lives, and true heroes can appear in the most unexpected forms, even a dog who simply followed his heart. What did you learn from this story? Comment it below.